Hi guys, welcome back to HAG Studios. Today on Design Details, we're going to look at 10 things to consider when decorating small spaces. So stay with us. The current trend is to move into smaller spaces. So young people are opting for apartment living and older people are paring down, downsizing and moving into smaller spaces whenever it's possible. So now let's look at 10 things to consider when decorating these small spaces. What I'm going to start with, don't you? It's about reducing the amount of things you have in a space, or decluttering. Use only the amount of furniture pieces and accessories that you need in a space. At the same time, you have to clearly define the areas. So the living and dining, for example, should be clear to the eye. And there should be some space between both. So start by reducing the amount of furniture pieces. If you only need one sofa, or if you have space for just one sofa, then let it be one sofa. And the same thing goes for accessories. Don't over accessorize. So you have so many things in the room that the eye is actually confused about where to look. All right, so reduce. Number 2 is on choosing your furniture pieces carefully. So if the space is not there for a 3-piece suite in the living room, for example, just go for whatever it can hold. It could be just a love seat, or 2 single chairs, or a single 3-seater, but the size must be just enough for the space. For the bedroom, it's also important not to overclutter. We all love a king size or a queen size bed, but if there's not enough space for that, then we should just use a double bed. Just make it pretty. By insisting on a king size or a queen size bed when there's not sufficient space, you're only making it uncomfortable for yourself. And you're going to find you're bumping into things. So keep it simple. Use only what the room can accommodate. Additional seating when necessary, you could have smaller accent chairs, or you could have folding chairs which are stored under a bed or in a closet, which you can pull out when you have guests. The same thing goes for like poofs. You could include poofs in your setting, or ottomans. An ottoman could be used as a coffee table, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Number 3, reduce colors. Do not oversaturate a room with colors. It cannot be a lot of strong colors either. Lighter colors are best for a small space, or neutral colors such as grays and browns and beiges and off-whites, and even some shades of green. By having too many colors, the space will seem to close in on you. By having less colors, it expands the space. So remember to keep the color palette simple. At the same time, especially if you're using neutrals or very soft colors, include some textures in the room. so the textures will help to bring the room to life. Add colors with accent pieces. It might be a vase or a jar or some mats or a rug with colors. But by doing that, you're adding color and adding life, but you're not overdoing the room and making it too much. Along with reducing colors, you're also going to reduce patterns. By patterns, I mean like florals and stripes and plaids, checkers. You can use a few patterns, but don't overdo it, because by having a lot of colors in the room, it makes the space too intense and not so comfortable. So avoid using too many patterns, but at the same time, remember the importance of textures in the room. Number 5 is using up your wall space. So adding tall furniture pieces will bring the eyes up and make the space appear taller and more spacious. Wall-to-wall bookshelves or bookshelf combined with display units will add interest and also give the feeling of a larger space. So keep that in mind. Tall pieces, wall-to-wall pieces will add interest and beauty to the room. Number 6 is using dual or multifunctional pieces in your spaces. So for example, a day bed could be used as a sofa in the day. You could have cushions to the back and it looks like a sofa. But at night, it becomes the bed you sleep on. There can be stackable units which can function as tables, but they're also storage. An ottoman could be used as a coffee table by just adding a tray and putting things on top, beautiful items on top for display, and it becomes a coffee table piece. Hanging your drapes or curtains as close to the ceiling as possible actually has the effect of making your room appear larger. So forget the old rule of just hanging a few inches above the window and go as close to the ceiling as possible, because this pulls the eyes up again, just like with the tall furniture pieces, and makes the room appear larger, more spacious. Okay? Number 8 is keeping the floors as clear as possible. This you can do by using leggy furniture pieces, incorporating floating shelves or floating cupboards such as vanities, and hanging lights in the room. By doing this, you keep less on the floor. Another thing you can do is include large area rugs, which are simple in pattern and also not too much colors. By doing this, you are visually expanding the space horizontally. In the same way, by hanging your curtains high, you're visually expanding the space vertically. So area rugs can be magical. Number 9 is adding extra shelving or drawers in closets. If there's enough space in the closet and you have a small cupboard or chest of drawers, you could actually place that within the closet and then hang clothes that are shorter, like blouses or shirts above. So now, instead of having the cupboard taking up space outside, it's now inside the closet and it's actually still providing storage. So try that one. Number 10 and final is adding reflective pieces to your rooms. This would include metal and glass furniture pieces. And don't forget mirrors. Mirrors can be very beautiful accessories in your rooms, and you can use mirrors in just about any room. And what mirrors and these reflective pieces do is they catch the light and bounce it all around the room, making the space seem larger. So go for reflective mirrors and furniture pieces. So, in closing, I can't emphasize too much the importance of keeping it simple. Don't overdo. Keep the furniture pieces less than more. Keep accessories to a minimum. Use impressive accessory pieces, but don't have them all over the place competing for attention. And keep your colors simple, your pattern simple, and you will have a space that is a lot more comfortable to be in. So I hope you found this useful. Remember now to share this with your friends, like, comment, and if you haven't yet done so, remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.